Good morning, America. Last Patriot 2016, codenamed Skyscraper, known as the Badass Geek, and my friends like to call me Nick. How we doing today, folks? Okay. You know what? I can't go by and just let things keep passing by, you know. I've got a voice, I've got a brain, I got eyes, I got a mouth. I mean, the thing is, what is really going on? Have the Democrats completely lost their minds? I mean, seriously now. You know, I've been watching a lot of other YouTube channels. I wish I had a little bit more time so I could do a little bit better videos. I am working on that. I don't know, maybe if I get some theme music or something. I don't know. But, just reaching out. Because, you know what, folks? We are Americans. Bottom line. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand is we as Americans have always been quick to the fight. We will stand for what we believe in. And we stand shoulder to shoulder with our fellow brothers. And we don't care. White, red, blue, purple, polka dot, whatever. You know, we're not racist. But this whole Kavanaugh thing, it just, it is literally eating me alive to watch this great judicial prominent, he's a phenomenal candidate. And to watch the Democrats tear apart a phenomenal candidate. He's not a half-ass candidate. He's not a wishy-washy judge. He's not a liberal judge. He is a judge who is there for the people, by the book. That's what the Democrats can't stand. So, you're telling me that he sat through, almost a week of full, and the questions the Democrats asked. I mean, did anybody watch his whole, to be honest with you, they put him on trial. The Democrats literally put him on trial for his confirmation to begin with. Did anybody else listen to these questions? Well, Roe versus Wade, do you think that should be reversed? Oh, well, what do you think about gun control? Well, because it doesn't match the leftist agenda. Say it with me. Agenda. Really? And I'm going to give a quick shout out to David Harris Jr. I was able to catch his live feed yesterday. Great show, by the way. Keep up the good work. I admit, I'm gathering a lot of my information from Sirius Satellite Radio, Patriot channels, people like Adam Wilkow, Breitbart, Mark Levin, Sean Hannity. I know Tucker. Tucker Carlson, you're a great interviewer, and it's like, I'm watching these people that are coming along, and they've actually given me the guts and the confidence. I'm not a public speaker, I admit it. I'm not really, I'm an okay interviewer, but you know what? I'm giving this a shot because I would like to think that maybe, just maybe, I can make a difference. I'm starting to get some followers. I'm starting to get out there, and thank you to everybody who's sharing, subscribing, and joining. This isn't as easy as everybody thinks. You don't just, the overnight stardom. Yeah. I guess I'm no so it's okay. I get it. I'm just a Midwest Iowa farm boy who's been raised right where it busts his ass and trying to make it in this world. Though I see a lot of my conservative friends that the Democrats are doing this. They're suppressing us. They really are. Freedom of speech is not freedom of speech anymore. And without judges like Judge Kavanaugh, we're going to lose freedom of speech. You know what? I am a strong NRA supporter. Anybody who's followed me knows that. I run lockloadedandsecure.com. I know I'm behind on the blogs there too. It's just, hey, I'm a hardworking individual trying to put a few things together. It's not easy, but I'm hoping one of these days it'll all pay off. I'm trying to work with my web developers on allowing me to actually upload videos over there, and once that happens, I'll be able to do more live feeds. I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on, though I'm always working. I'm not going to lie. I work 80 to 90 hours a week, but But it seems like the Democrats are we're the people they want to suppress. We're the people they were like, well, wait a minute here. You work hard. You make a living. That ain't right. So now they're going after Judge Kavanaugh. I got a question here. He's been a judge for how long? He worked under Clinton. He worked under Bush. Nobody says a word. Nobody says a word. I mean, this is a Clarence Thomas moment. We did the same. Well, I didn't, but they did the exact same thing to Clarence Thomas. And I remember, even though I was in junior high at that time. I got to go back and check the dates, exactly. But I remember seeing those trials on TV. My history class actually put those on. We actually watched that in history because it was history being made. Folks, will somebody tell me, how does somebody come out with a vague, at the last minute, she didn't come out at the confirmation. None of this came out in the confirmation hearing. Which I call bullshit. Feinstein, you should be on trial for treason. You need to be on trial for treason. You had a Chinese spy working for you for 20 years. And she's still in Congress. Will somebody please give me some kind of explanation? How do you employ a Chinese spy for 15 to 20 years and still hold a government position with security clearance? God, excuse me, sorry. I'm trying to work in the charismatic. But folks, after watching, I've been watching all these other YouTube channels. I don't know, I get passionate about stuff. Do I get a little bit, just a little bit? Yeah, it gets under my skin. Just, things like this just make my stomach turn. I am sure our forefathers are turning over in their graves right now. And I guarantee they are. Because it's like, I already foresee myself turning over in my grave, just a freaking, yeah. Because this is ridiculous. Ridiculousness. Don't even know if that's a word, but you know what? Hey, we'll go with it. It's all about creativity. Call it a Nickism. I don't care. But folks, how do you come out from high school? High school. 35 years ago. Wow. You know what? I'll never be able to get in public office because, it's, yeah. That's for another segment. We'll get into that later. Keep watching, yeah, that'll probably be a two-part segment. The things that happened to me in high school and things I had to do to survive, oh my gosh. Somebody might take offense to it. Really? Who was a perfect student in high school? Who? I mean, here's my question. Was he even 18 at this time? I can't remember everything. Oh, it was 35 years ago, and I vaguely remember, but the witness has no recollection. So a witness has no recollection. So without a witness, without proof, how the heck do you stop the Trump train, the Kavanaugh confirmation with, literally, you have sabotaged the Kavanaugh confirmation with rumors. It's funny. George Soros is backing her lawyers. George Soros is trying to meddle, collude, because collusion's the new cool word. Collude. So he's colluding with the Democrats, who colluded with the Russians. When are we going to quit trying to derail this country? When are we going to make the Democrats stop from just purposely trying to derail this country? You know what? We had 8 years of a worthless black president. He did nothing for no one. I live in Chicago. You know what? I moved out of Chicago, technically. Well, I moved over to the Indiana side of the border, just to get away from the corruption, the violence, the taxation, the stupidity. Oh, Obama came from Chicago, woo! And you know what Obama brought to D.C.? Obama brought corruption. Folks, anybody who thinks Obama was a great president, when he stood up there and told you, sorry, all your jobs that you lost that went overseas, they're never coming back. You guys are just going to be unemployed. 4% GDP? That's unreasonable. That'll never happen again. Best we're going to do is 2.9 or like 3 point something. Unemployment? You know what? Unemployment is what it is. I mean, put everybody on welfare. That's what we're going to do. Yep. We're just going to put everybody on welfare. Because welfare is great. Capitalism is, yeah. It's going to ruin our country. Because people are going to get rich. We don't want people getting rich. People get rich. They don't need government. They don't need government. They don't need Democrats. They don't need Democrats. Oh my gosh! Folks, seriously, what the flip? You know, I know I'm not perfect. I know things I've probably done 35 years ago. Let's see here. 35 years ago, it would have made me like 6. I don't even know what I did at, age 6. Wow. I was probably a holy terror. I don't know. I don't remember when I was 6. What are you going to tell me that you're going to bring back from what I did in preschool? Let's think about that for a minute. I mean, oh my gosh, it's like Judge Kavanaugh, when he was 8 years old, he punched his sister. He abuses women. He's a womanizer. He's an abuser. And he's not in the NFL, so he can't get away with it. Because, if you're in the NFL, you beat your wife, you're cool. Isn't that how it works? I mean, the social injustice. Why is nobody else speaking up about this? I mean, this is like on so many levels. Levels, and levels. I don't get it. I don't get it, folks. I mean, I love my country. I love being an American. If you don't like it here, will you just get out? I mean, seriously. The fact that Democrats are so worried about the red wave that's coming. California has passed a law that you can vote if you're in jail. Voting is a privilege, not a right. Just like your freedom is a privilege, not a right. Do you understand why we don't allow people in prison to vote? You give up your civil rights when you commit crime. For some reason, nobody understands this. Which is why we need Judge Kavanaugh. I mean, Judge Kavanaugh is good for you. He's good for me. He's good for the Constitution. He's good for America. I mean, having stand-up constitutional judges on the Supreme Court are valuable. I kind of like my freedoms. I like my rights. Who doesn't like freedom? Who doesn't like the rights? Who doesn't like the fact that we live in a free society? We live in a republic. It's a democracy. No, it's a republic. I really wish that if anybody should be doing anything, we should be going around and putting teachers on trial. If teachers aren't smart enough to teach, I don't know what you do with them. There's a lot of them out there that are teaching stuff that I'll be honest. Obviously, there are a slew of teachers out there that do not deserve to teach. Excuse me. Because the fact that everybody's going along, it's like these Democrats are pushing people. And they keep pushing them over the edge. And I just don't understand where Where is this all going? I mean, we have a judge who's good enough to work under Clinton, good enough to work under Bush, never a problem. Was good enough to work as a clerk on the Supreme Court, which is, that is very admirable, and should be giving him what he deserves. He's earned it, Some people everybody's got a talent. Well, okay, not everybody. Take that back. Most have a talent. And those who go out and capitalize on it and perfect it and groom it and nurture it and nurture their talents and become better people, why should we shun them? Judge Kavanaugh is a stand-up guy. And that's why the Democrats are completely against him. It's got to be. That's exactly what it is. Because he's a stand-up guy, and they know that they have no chance of repealing the Second Amendment. They have no chance of repealing the First Amendment, which you people that are diehard liberals, do you understand if you lose the First Amendment? Most of you don't even understand the significance of when we lose the freedom of speech. Everything you guys are doing will be illegal. I mean, illegal. Illegal means you will be in prison, means you can be executed. I mean, I'm just going to say this, but think about this for a minute. What have the Democrats done that's been successful? California? Let's face it, California is a really bad experiment. Detroit, another really bad experiment. Who wants to raise their hand and wants to live in Detroit? Well, Detroit's coming back, but who wants to live in the Detroit that's been there for the last, 12 years? Anybody? Would anybody volunteer to go live in Detroit? Would anybody volunteer? Because I've spent a lot of time in Detroit since the big three basically shut down. Detroit muscle was what, when I grew up, it was always known as Detroit muscle. Chevy, Ford, Chevrolet. The classic muscle cars. Coming out of Detroit. Well, you know what? They quit coming out of Detroit for quite a while. How can you trust somebody who has ruined how many cities? And everybody out there, and all you liberals that are think that, oh my God, they got Kavanaugh. I'm just going to put just a little bit out there. How many of you live in California, are homeless because you can't afford to live? How many people in California are homeless? I mean, the fact that they have to hire people to go around and collect human feces on the sidewalks in San Francisco. I don't want to live in a country like that. I don't want to live in a city like that. Why doesn't everybody move to San Francisco? Heck, we'll give you California. You can have the whole damn thing. Make it your own country. Good luck. California can't sustain on their own. That's what nobody's understanding. We've got a whole bunch of stupid people out here. California, the sun has burnt your brain. This is your brain on California. I mean, seriously. Folks, we are stopping a perfectly good Supreme Court justice from getting confirmed. Because, the Democrats want to meddle. I just don't get it, folks. It's frustrating to me. Being an American, being a patriot. Think about it, folks. Just think about this for a second. Show me one liberal place that is being run by Democrats that you want to live. Emmanuel in Chicago is stepping down because he finally realized he is in trouble. He has created so much hate, violence, and poverty. I'm going to say this in closing, because obviously I got a job to go do, because I work. I'm going to say this in closing. If you want to be dirt poor and struggling for the rest of your life, stay with the liberals. They like that. They like you being poor. They don't want you to be rich. Because if you get rich, then you can get educated. And once you get really educated and can think for yourself and don't need government to spoon feed you, here's your dose of stupidity for the day. I mean, really, that's all I can think of. Here's another dose of stupidity for lunch. And here's a double dose of stupidity for dinner. Think about this. Judge Kavanaugh is going to help this country keep prospering. He's going to keep yours and my rights. If you want to give up your rights and you want to live in a socialistic country, go visit Venezuela. What a lot of you don't understand is, because everybody doesn't want to talk about Venezuela, they want to talk about Sweden and Norway. They got a 16th of our population. I mean, seriously. They got less than a quarter of our population. And the other thing that nobody's talking about, Sweden, that everybody likes to refer to, Sweden Sweden has agreed that their liberal ideas aren't working anymore, and they are changing it. So, folks, got the walkaway movement. We got to keep walking away. This Judge Kavanaugh hiccup with Soros is a joke, and quite frankly, I am despised by these people completely. But, folks, let's think about this for a minute. Let's stop, let's stand up and be Americans like we do. And let's just tell the damn Democrats that it's time to freaking just vote and get this guy in. Because they got other things that need to get done. And we need to pass a spending bill that that supports the wall and doesn't rape our children. Because raiding our children's piggy banks is not good. I just want to know where all these liberals think they're going to come up with $100 trillion. I keep hearing 50 trillion. You know what? Let's get realistic. It's probably closer to 100. $100 trillion. Where are they going to come up with $100 trillion for all these great ideas? Nobody has any clue. Well, we just tax the rich. I mean, really? You tax the rich move. They did it under Obama. When you tax the rich never pay because the rich figure out that they give up their citizenship. When the rich give up their citizenship, what do we have left? Nothing. Folks, this is The Last Patriot 2016. Codename Skyscraper. My friends are known as the Badass Geek, and my friends like to call me Nick. Have a great day. Go out there. Keep making America great. Stand up. Go help somebody today. Help a stranger. Do a good deed. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. See you in the next video. Till then, peace. I'm out of here.